Hello and welcome to the next video. Today we will go through electric dipoles. So electric dipoles are nothing but two equal and opposite charges, so plus q and minus q, which are separated by a very small distance, which is d. So we study dipoles because it is one of the most commonly occurring systems in nature. Many of the molecules like water, which is the very common in nature, are dipoles which have equal and opposite charges, which are separated by a small distance. And to know more, you can do your own research on water molecule and why it is a dipole. But today we'll cover the physics portion of the dipole. What is dipole and what are the basic characteristics of dipole and properties of dipole. So let's get going. Again, dipole is two equal and opposite charges which are separated by a small distance d. And in physics we have to quantify everything. To quantify electrostatic force we need Coulomb. To quantify force we need Newton. So similarly in dipole, to quantify the strength of this dipole we need a term called dipole moment. So why dipole moment is called a dipole moment, we'll come to that a little while shortly, in a short time. But the basic thing is dipole moment is defined as the product of q times d. So dipole moment is qd, and so its quantification, the strength of the dipole moment is directly proportional to q as well as the distance between them. And interestingly, dipole moment is denoted by the term, generally denoted by the term p, and it is a vector quantity. So if it is a vector, it should have a magnitude as well as direction. So magnitude of this vector is given by qd, and direction is given by a line, the direction given by the line joining from the negative charge to the positive charge. So this is the direction of the p, and a line joining from negative to the positive, and this is the magnitude qd. So why this term is known as dipole moment? This term is called dipole moment because whenever a dipole is kept in an electric field, it experiences a moment, and that moment is directly proportional to this term p, which is qd. And let us study how and why. So if I have an electric field in a region, so this is my electric field in a region, and if I place a dipole at a general angle theta to the electric field, so this is theta, this is plus q, this is minus q, then this dipole, when it is kept in this electric field, again electric field is a vector, so this dipole, when it is kept in an electric field, it experiences a moment or torque. So when it experiences a moment or torque, when it is kept in an electric field. So let us find out what is the magnitude of that torque and whether it is really proportional to this dipole moment qd. So we know that any charged particle, when it is kept in an electric field, it experiences a force. E is the force per unit charge, so q will experiences a force equal to eq, and this negative charge will experience a force because it is negative charge. It will face an equal amount of force which is in opposite direction to the electric field, and the charge is same, force is same in magnitude but opposite in direction. So we have a system where there are two equal and opposite forces, and if you remember our class 11 physics, equal and opposite forces form a couple or moment, or torque, whose torque is given by force into perpendicular distance between the force. So, this is the force, the magnitude of the force is EQ. So, force I can replace by EQ, and the perpendicular distance. So, it is at an angle this. The perpendicular distance between these two forces, if I draw a perpendicular to both line, it will be something like this. So, this is my perpendicular distance, and from trigonometry we know that the distance between two dipoles are denoted by d, and from trigonometry if this is d, this is theta, then this perpendicular will be equal to d sin theta. So, EQ into d sin theta. Now, just rearranging these terms, I get Q d E sin theta, and we know QD is nothing but the dipole moment, and E. Now, here is one interesting thing. Dipole moment QD is a vector, P, E is a vector, E is a vector. So, whenever there is a two vectors multiplication multiplied by sin theta, we know that there must be a cross product. We can replace the sin theta by a cross product and just write the vectors P cross E. P cross E will be nothing but P E sin theta. So, this can be replaced by P from this equation. P dipole moment is equal to QD. So, here is one thing, interesting thing. This QD term directly affects the moment experienced by the dipole when it is kept in an electric field, and that moment, therefore, this because it affects the moment, it is called the dipole moment, and the moment or torque when a dipole is placed in an electric field is P cross E. This completes one portion of our job. Another thing to worth noting is, if I have an electric field due to anything, say a positive charge which is sitting here, I have an electric field and I bring in another positive charge. So, whenever there is a charge body in an electric field, there is a potential, it has some potential energy. So, similarly, if I keep a dipole in an electric field, so let me keep a dipole in an electric field. This time let my reference be at 90 degree. Okay. I have kept an dipole in an electric field. So, this is plus Q, this is minus Q, this is E, and because there are charge bodies in electric field, this system must have a total potential energy. And in physics we can set up a reference for potential energy. For example, I can set up, this is the earth, okay, I can set up a reference. Generally reference it is at the ground level, where if at ground level my references are of potential, I demarcate reference my potential energy as 0 when the object is at ground. Similarly, let me reference the potential energy of a dipole when it is at a 90 degree, let the potential energy be 0 when it is at 90 degree. This is my reference point, and with this reference I will try to find out what is the potential energy of a dipole when it is at any general angle theta. Okay. So, let me put it as 90 degree, 0 and 90 degree, and I will find the potential energy for any general case where it is at theta. Okay. So, to do that, let me find out if I give a small, if the dipole, obviously the forces which are acting on it is EQ here and EQ here, EQ here, and we just derive the total torque which is acting on it in this direction. So, this is the direction of the torque, tau, let me say that tau is equal to, we just derived in little while earlier. So, this is the derivation. Torque is equal to Q times D times E times sin theta. So, whenever this dipole is rotated by a small angle, say this is a small angle d theta, okay. So, this is a very small angle d theta, then the work which will be done is dw is equal to minus tau d theta. Why there is a minus sign? Minus sign is there because torque is in this direction, and I am giving a displacement in opposite direction, okay. So, the work done by this torque will be equal to minus t d theta, okay, and this amount of work will be stored as a potential energy. Where will this amount of work go? It will go as in the amount of work which this torque does will go as a potential energy of the system. So, dw is equal to minus, sorry, I am trying to find the potential energy. So, du, the small increase in potential energy will be equal to minus dw. This is the standard physics formula. Internal energy is going, work done is getting stored as an internal energy. Du is equal to minus dw, which will be equal to tau d theta, which will again go as tau d theta, and tau d theta, tau I can replace by q d e sin theta, okay, sin theta d theta. So, the total work done when I rotate this from 90 degree to any general angle will be equal to, now when it is 90 degree, I have given it as a reference 0. So, from 0 potential energy to any u potential energy will be equal to the integration of, from this theta is equal to 90 degree to theta is equal to any general angle theta. So, how do I evaluate this? So, qd is equal to, this is equal to, q is constant, I am not changing the charge, I am not changing the distance, I am not changing the e, but I am just changing the theta. So, this is the variable and all other comes out of the integral sign. So, qde integration of cos theta d theta, sorry, sin theta I have not evaluated the integral yet. So, sin theta d theta from theta is equal to 90 degree to theta is equal to theta, any general theta, and this gives me is equal to q d e cos theta, integration of sin theta is minus cos theta. If you go back to your basic trigonometric formulas, so minus cos theta should be there, and it is 90 degree to theta, and we know that cos of 90 is 0. So, if we evaluate this definite function, it will come out to be minus, I cannot accommodate here, let me go back. So, if I evaluate this, put minus cos theta minus cos 90, cos 90 will be 0. So, this will come to be is equal to minus q d e cos theta. Now, again qd can be written as p vector minus p vector, e can be written as e vector, and we know that whenever two vectors are multiplied with a cos component on it, then they must be the dot products. So here we have the potential energy of the system at any general angle theta when of a dipole. The potential energy can be just given by multiplication of minus p or just the dot product of p and e. So this is really cool and simple to remember also. The torque on the dipole when it is stored under in an electric field is P cross E, cross product of dipole moment and E, and the potential energy of the dipole when it is kept in an electric field is a dot product. So this seems convenient. I will stop now and see you in the next video and will study some more details of the dipole system.